Yeah, we are just.
Yes, it's a postdoctoral meeting. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Arifur Rahman. I am doing postdoc University of North Carolina, Charlotte. So you know I am from Bangladesh, but there are some other guys from India, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. So we are making one blog from our experience and how we came here to do postdoc. So I hope you will enjoy and you will also inspired to come here, to come USA for study and research. প্রথমেই আমাদের ল্যাবে যে ভারতীয় ভাই রয়েছেন বা ভারতীয় পোস্টডক রয়েছেন তার মুখ থেকেই শুনুন তার জার্নিটা। উনি কিভাবে ভারত থেকে এই আমেরিকা এসেছেন পোস্টডক করার জন্য সেটা।
I basically started my bachelor's and master's back in India. So I finished that bachelor's and master's in India, and then afterwards I did my PhD also in India for a couple of years. And later I had plans to go for a postdoctoral program because I was interested in doing some research. So I did my first postdoc in the University of Oxford back in 21. And I was working on some DNA damage response and post-translational modifications. And then suddenly I had changed of plans, and for my second postdoc I came to UNC Charlotte here in USA, and here I'm working on the molecular chaperones and again DNA damage response, post-translational modifications. So basically this entire journey has been for almost a decade, okay? So yeah, it's fun.
To you, so where you spend your childhood and then
Yeah.
what is the difference between the Indian life and USA life?
Yeah, so I spent my entire childhood back in my hometown. It's in India, Kashmir, okay? So it's a very nice, beautiful, natural place, and there's a lot of natural stuff, and my childhood was really nice and enjoying, not like this time we were all working and yeah. And I had a lot of friends and lots of fun.
Now, our next postdoctoral scholar of UNC Charlotte, Mr. Chotura, he is from Sri Lanka. So first tell me about your, childhood, where you born, grow up, then what?
Yeah.
Just your journey from Sri Lanka to USA.
Yeah, actually, I was born in Negombo area. It's very close to the capital of Sri Lanka, Colombo. It's like around 2 hours from there, and I just got selected to the University of Colombo, and I did my BS bachelor's degrees in there in molecular biology and biochemistry, and straight away from there I just applied for USA universities. Like Tasadak said, you have to get the for Sri Lankans you have to get the you have to complete the GRE and also the TOEFL or IELTS, one of them, the academic versions of those. And then after that you just straight away apply for USA universities, and I just got offer from Miami University, which is in Ohio,
Oxford,
Ohio. And I just came on 2016. Actually, initially I came along with other grad students who also got selected for that one. And we came here, and it was a really it's a very new experience for us because we are the first people who came from Sri Lanka to Oxford, Ohio, and we had 7 of us, and it was kind of like a small family. We stayed very close by, and we explore everything in the Oxford area without knowing anything. It was a very good experience that I had, and also we grew up as a family, and we spent a lot of time having some parties and get-togethers and everything like that. Apart from the studies that we were doing, and so then I finished my PhD work from Miami, and then I applied for the
postdoctoral position.
And I got selected from UNC Charlotte, and then here I am. I'm enjoying right currently.
Okay, so now I'm coming to you. You spent, your childhood in Nepal and you finished your graduation, then you came here, right?
Yes, I born in Nepal and then I did my bachelor in microbiology in the Nepal and then I did my master and PhD from South Korea in the material science,
Oh,
which is the interdisciplinary work and where you will become the master of the material science, basic biology, chemistry, physics too. Then I joined this UNCC in 2021. And the interesting thing is that Wani and me joined this university almost together. So I spent here almost 2 hours, 2 years, and enjoy a lot.
so
And-
one things, sometimes student ask, because when suppose they are doing biology,
Yeah.
then they're thinking, can I do masters polymer chemistry or computer science? So it's very easy in US, right? They can, if they want to change, they can change.
Yeah, they can because we have there. You can find the many interdisciplinary programs everywhere. Now biology is not only work in the biology; they are now
Working on
the
also.
multidisciplinary.
Yeah, actually, like
So-
in it's very different than like our countries because in our countries mostly the sciences are like core sciences. Like if you talk about biology, you only be studying the biology. If you are talking about chemistry, you're only studying
Yeah.
the chemistry.
It's more like theoretical there, but
Yeah.
outside.
But
some
here,
practical.
if you won't be able to find even like any projects that is only related to your disciplinary, because you will have to get some training and you will have to work on other areas, other disciplines as well. So, for example, biochemistry, genetics, and the cell culture, and everything is like interconnected. So you will find a lot of disciplinaries in your whatever you do in here. So it is like more advanced than back home, I guess.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's like it's pretty easy to switch between the fields. Okay, so if you for example from biology and you want to do a transition to some other field, so all you need is a kind of internship or some sort of experience. Okay, because if you're at a higher level, if you're for example done a doctoral program, you're already done PhD, so your learning process is pretty fast compared to somebody who's at an earlier stage. Okay, so if you have a PhD, for example, I have a PhD in cancer biology. Okay, and if I want to switch to maybe not that too difficult field, not that too far field, so if I want to, for example, go to bioinformatics, it's a bit difficult for me because that's a computer science field. But if I want to do something related to that, okay, maybe something that's like more matching to my biological experience, okay, maybe you want to go to some finance business thing or the same things, so it becomes easy. So all you do is you just get along with the people who basically are experts in that area and you gain that experience and then you are good to go. So nowadays it's not that difficult to transition between the fields. I think especially in our case the problem was we had a traditional sort of education system. Okay, so when I did my graduation I was limited to subjects, for example 3 subjects. I have to choose either biology, zoology or botany. There was nothing else. Okay, but nowadays that's not the case. Nowadays kids, what they do is in graduation and masters, they have some programs in such a way that a student can study, for example, computer science, at the same time he is studying fine arts, and at the same time he has some credits in biology. So he's doing everything. Okay, so at the later stage what happens is he can switch to any field. They already have like basic knowledge of everything. It's not like us. Okay, so it becomes pretty easy. So nowadays switching and transition from one thing to other thing is pretty easy, but that should not be done not so often because it's a problem. You should choose your fields earlier in your life and you should decide what you want to do because you want to excel in one thing. If you start shifting your fields, so that sometimes is not a good feasible option because it can waste your time and you could get into. If you compare the studies and the education that's back in our home countries like Bangladesh and India and other places like even Nepal, and then you compare those things with the studies that we have here or the exposure or the experiences that we have here in the USA, or any other country like UK or any European country, that's like very far away from what we basically learn in our country. So it's like amazing here. You got great mentors, you got great people, you got lots of facilities. You can enjoy your life, enjoy your research, and do.
And what your suggestion to, Indians who are currently studying honors, they want to come USA for masters or PhD.
Yeah.
So how, they can apply? So what your suggestion?
So I think everybody's welcome here in USA. The main thing for if somebody is interested in, it really depends on what kind of education you want to do. For example, if students want to do graduation or master's programs, every university has a kind of process to go through that. I think some people, especially in US, for the graduate studies, you might need the test of English as a foreign language. It's called as TOEFL test. You might have to pass that. And if you want to do some subjective research like science or engineering or something like that, then you might have to do a GRE program. That's basically an examination you pass, and then you are good to go any place in USA or UK. Okay, so that makes life a bit easy, and your admissions are also easy. But for somebody doing a higher level education, for example, if they've already done masters or even PhD back in India, and then they want to do a postdoctoral program, so you just apply to the open positions or to the places where you think that you are interested in doing some research. Okay, and if you want to do some PhD programs, I think universities here have PhD programs also. They got fellowships, so that your tuition fees and all those things are kind of covered by those tuition fees. And yeah.
So another things, we are from 4 countries, we are working together. So for research, or we don't have any border or not any barrier. So if someone want to come here USA, so what is the main advantage to come here for research at United States?
The main thing I would say, like the funding, right? Because it's not like in our countries. The funding is really well here.
So we need money for research.
Definitely, and also if you have the passion, so then definitely one of the best country to do your work is going to be USA. And there are other options as well, USA, Canada, UK. All of them sound good, but compared to them, what I see is my personal belief that the funding and the variation is really good.
So another thing actually students wants after finishing the graduation or PhD, they want a good job or they want to stay here. So it's also another opportunity.
Yeah, it's another opportunity. Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities. The second point is going to be the opportunity, because in back home or the other countries, like Asian countries, we don't have much of the opportunities. But here, the turnover time is pretty fast compared to our countries. So it is much, the opportunity is much higher in here. That's true. Yeah.
And another things I want to add, so if anyone want to come here USA, anytime he can able to come during master's program, honors program, PhD, or after PhD as a postdoc, or also to get a job. So there are lots of opportunity to come here.
Yeah, you can initiate your studies or you can initiate your job here at any time. But only thing is there are some certain kind of things that you have to complete before you apply and while you are applying.
Yeah, there's some
so it's very specific for whatever you want to do here. Like maybe studying is very like we said, there are some exams that you complete. So for a job, it's going to be a different kind of application process.
Okay, thank you so much, guys, for your time, valuable time. I hope my Bangladeshi students or Bangladeshi viewers, they will also inspired from our discussion. দেখুন, আমরা পাশাপাশি 4 দেশের 4 জন এক জায়গায় এখানে কাজ করছি, গবেষণা করছি। আমরা প্রায় নিজেদের মধ্যে গল্প করি, ভাবলাম এটাই আপনাদের সাথে একটু শেয়ার করি, যে গল্পের বিষয়বস্তুর চাইতে আপনাদের কাছে আমার যেই জিনিসটা আমি তুলে ধরতে চেয়েছি সেটা হচ্ছে যে আপনি চাইলেই আমেরিকার মতো জায়গায় আসতে পারবেন। সেটা আপনি ভারত থেকে হোক, সেটা নেপাল থেকে হোক, শ্রীলঙ্কা থেকে হোক বা ভুটান থেকে হোক, আপনার যদি ইচ্ছে থাকে আর আপনি যদি চেষ্টা করেন তাহলে কিন্তু আসা সম্ভব। সো আমাদের এরকম দেখুন একটা ল্যাবেই আমরা 4 দেশ থেকে আমরা আছি, এরকম আমেরিকায় শত শত ল্যাব আছে, সেই সব ল্যাবে সারা পৃথিবী থেকে লোকজন আসে, যেহেতু আমেরিকা ইজ এ ল্যান্ড অফ অপরচুনিটি। এখানে আপনি গবেষক হতে চান বা গবেষণা করতে চান, সেই সাপোর্টটা আপনি পাবেন। গবেষকের কোনো দেশ থাকে না, গবেষকরা তাদের গবেষণা করার জন্য পৃথিবীর নানা দেশে ছড়িয়ে পড়ে। আর আমেরিকার একটা পজিটিভ দিক হচ্ছে, বা আমেরিকা গবেষকদেরকে আশ্রয় দেয়। অর্থাৎ আপনি যদি কোনো গবেষণা করতে চান, আপনার গবেষণার জন্য যে সাপোর্ট প্রয়োজন, যে ফান্ডিং প্রয়োজন, যেই ফিনান্সিয়াল যে সাপোর্টটা প্রয়োজন, সেটা তারা দিয়ে থাকে। তাই সারা পৃথিবী থেকে গবেষকরা কিন্তু এই আমেরিকায় আসে। সো আশা করি আপনারাও আসবেন। আর আমি কিভাবে আসতে হয়, কিভাবে মাস্টার্স বা পিএইচডি করার জন্য আমেরিকায় আসতে হয়, বা কিভাবে পোস্টডক করার জন্য আসতে হয়, আমি বিভিন্ন ভিডিওতে কিন্তু কথা বলি। আমার ইউটিউব চ্যানেলের বিদেশে উচ্চশিক্ষা যে প্লে লিস্ট আছে, সেখানে গেলেই আপনারা ভিডিওগুলো পাবেন। তাছাড়াও যদি আপনাদের কোনো পরামর্শ লাগে, কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, অবশ্যই কমেন্ট করে জানাবেন, আমি উত্তর দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব। আজ এ পর্যন্তই, আপনারা ভালো থাকবেন। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।